members of the Athena Society, 2 different political parties, 2 proponents of equal rights. So Starr Brookins, Toole is the Athena Society president. Welcome to Cafe Con Tampa. Y'all come up here and tell us why you think the Equal Rights Amendment is important in the 21st century. And thank you so much thank you everybody for being up at this early hour, but it's worth it, it really is.
Well, I would start off by just asking, why not? I mean, I'm really not trying to be cute or glib when I say that, but I just don't understand why we wouldn't want to take a position that women are equal to men at this point in our lives. I don't know why we didn't take that position back when we founded this country. Certainly, Abigail Adams took that position, and with the ladies, she said, and here we are, how many hundreds of years later, and we still don't have equal rights in this country. So I would ask, why not? I don't understand it. I don't understand what the argument is against treating women, putting women in the same category as men, as putting us in the same category as with race discrimination, religious discrimination. It makes no sense to me. And I'm not going to try to manufacture arguments, but I will tell you that the majority of Americans want this, both parties. 90% of the people in the United States want the ERA. Some 78%, I think it is, think it's already there. They don't even understand that it's not part of the Constitution at this point. And the other, one other argument that I do hear periodically is women are protected by all these other provisions that come so far. Nobody's going to discriminate against women. Well, look at the pay gap, and you'll know that that's not true, obviously. But that's also such a red herring, because any of those statutes can be repealed at any time, as we saw with the Violence Against Women Act, which expired and didn't get renewed. All of that is so temporary and can be changed so readily, and a constitutional amendment would keep that from being able to be changed quite so readily. It would require another constitutional amendment, and I don't think that's happening. So, I would go back to my question. Why not? I mean, what is the problem? It didn't pass the last time thanks to Phyllis Schlafly and all of her fear-mongering about what was going to happen. And so much of what she brought up has happened without the ERA. Do we have unisex bathrooms now? Yes, we do. And it doesn't seem to be a real big problem. Do we have women in the military? Yes, we do. And it doesn't seem to be a real big problem. So, I go back. Why not?
Good morning, everyone. My name is Starr Linette Brookins, and I advocate for my clients across courtrooms in the state of Florida, and I'm also a very huge advocate in our community for equality for all and justice for all. So, I always joke and say that the ERA should have been a part of our Constitution before I was even a twinkle in my mom's eye, right? Like, this should have been a thing. We shouldn't still be sitting here talking about whether or not this amendment should be passed. We have to make sure that it's passed, and we have to call our senators, because it's currently stuck in the Senate Judiciary Committee, right, to remove the deadline. So please, please, please call your senators. There's so many ideals that support this. If you look at, what our flag stands for and what our country stands for, we cannot be this enviable country of opportunity and freedom for all if we do not have equality for all of our citizens, right? So I always talk about it's very pro-business. A lot of businesses have signed on to supporting the Equal Rights Amendment. It's going to do nothing but spur more competition, spur more ingenuity, and further put the United States at the forefront of the helm in being a leader, right? So I don't understand why we're still even arguing about this. It's huge on limiting government, and it's huge on individualism, all conservative principles that were the basis of this nation being founded. So we hope that everybody joins us in the support. We hope that everybody becomes active after this. If you need any ideas on how to become more active and ensuring that your senators know your opinion and that they get sick of hearing from you and just go ahead and pass it, please reach out to me, and I can certainly help you with that. But we'll open it up to any questions. Wait.
I There should be on every desk an ERA card. That is the website that Athena sponsors that talks about the ERA, answers questions. So you're always welcome to refer to that. And I just want to pick up one other thing that Starr said when she talked about it being pro-business. If you look at it, it's a really interesting brief. There's an amicus brief that was filed in some litigation on behalf of about, I think, 90-something companies, big companies. We're not talking, Sam's shoe store. We're talking big, major international companies in favor of the ERA. And one of the things they talk about in that brief, which I thought was a really interesting statistic, is that 80% of the purchases made in this country are either made by or heavily influenced by women. And so, of course, for corporations, they need women's ideas. They need women in their leadership to help them figure out how to market their products to women who are controlling so much of what's done. So it is very pro-business, and there's no question that most businesses support it. So now.
And I grabbed my phone because, we're here talking about the ERA, and at the core of it, it's 24 words. And I wanted to read it so that I can make sure that I got it right. So it says, equality of rights under the law shall not be denied or abridged by the U.S. or any state on account of sex. That's it, right? And even if you look at Florida's Constitution, Article 1, Section 2, we have something similar here in Florida. So I'm not sure why Florida hasn't even jumped up and ratified. So it states in Article 1, Section 2 of our Constitution that all natural persons, female and male alike, are equal before the law and have inalienable rights, right? So we welcome any and all questions.